So you've decided that France is the place for you and you want to get a visa. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can get your visa in a few easy steps, in about five steps to get your visa. But first, hey girl, hey, my name is Tanisha Mercer. I help Black women to solo travel and move abroad. If any of that sounds like you, do me a favor, click on the subscribe link in the caption and like, share, and comment on this video. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Getting your visa here in France. It's actually like a process, right? The first step that I'm going to recommend, and you can easily, again, get your visa in 5 easy steps. The first step I'm going to recommend is get an immigration attorney. It can be difficult for you to do it yourself. Can you do it yourself? Yes, you absolutely can. However, if you have barriers such as the language, you need something to kind of help you cut through French bureaucracy, which can be problematic. I highly recommend an attorney. I've got a link in the caption for the visa attorney that I use, my French immigration attorney, and you get a discount. So click on the link in the caption. Note that's an affiliate link. So first, get an attorney. Secondly, you do want to create an account with the French government website, visa website. Link to that is also in the caption. And you also, the next step, especially if you don't have an attorney, is you want to go on VFS Global. That is the company that handles the French immigration for the US. Right now, it is the company of record, but that is changing in mid-April. So in mid-April, it'll be a different company. I'm going to link both of those companies in the caption so you can choose which one you want to do. You need an appointment at VFS Global. They work with the French embassy. They are the ones who are going to collect your documents, all of your things that you're going to need for your visa. They don't actually make the decision. It is the French government, the French embassy. VFS is just the paper collecting agency. They're going to take all of your records. Now, once you have an appointment, and your appointment, there are like 10 cities across the US, from Atlanta to Miami to Seattle, I believe, like DC, New York, LA, I think Houston. There are 10 cities across the US. You may have to fly there, you may have to make whatever arrangements, but you'll have to go in person, okay? And you can only get your visa in the US. You cannot apply for your visa from France. You must be in the US and you must go to that your initial visa, your VFS Global appointment in person in the US. Next, you want to gather your documents. This is a step that you need to be doing kind of like all along throughout the process. These requirements may change. I'm telling you based upon what I had to submit like 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So some rules and regulations may have changed. But again, if you've got an attorney, they will know the most updated things. I can tell you what I had to provide. I had to provide bank statements for the last 90 days. I had to provide paycheck stubs. I had to provide a letter from my employer indicating that I had to have a work contract letter, right? That I was an employee. I had to show them whatever financial assets I had, including 401ks, again, bank account statements. I had to show my W-2s. I also had to write a letter of my intentions of what I wanted to do in France. So I had to say my reason for coming. You have to state your reason for coming and make it some good reasons, okay? I can tell you a bonus point, they love anything about culture. You want to learn how to bake croissants. You want to write like James Baldwin. They love all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to gather all of that information, and you're also going to get your passport, have your passport, copy of your passport, copy of your birth certificate. If you've ever been married or divorced or your spouse has passed away, you will also need to provide your divorce decree, your marriage decree, death certificate of your spouse. In my case, I'm widowed, so I had to provide the marriage certificate, and I had to provide the um, the death certificate to my attorney. And my attorney is the one who I had to send all these documents to him. And he is the one who presented my file, your dossier. This is going to go to VS Global. This is going to go along with your application. Okay, so these are the things you've got to get up. So have these in an organized place. Have all your documents printed copies, not digital, because you're going to, even though your application, you're going to submit them with your application, with your attorney, or if you don't have an attorney, you're going to need those documents when you go to VFS Global or the whatever agency that is going to be responsible for collecting your documents. So you need to have all these documents handy. If you don't have them handy, you will not be able to complete your application at VFS Global. So I have to just really stress, have physical copies of all of your documentation. And the final step is you're going to go to your appointment, right? You're going to, because what's going to happen is VFS Global is going to give you a time. You're going to go online, get an appointment with the time, right? If you've got an attorney, your attorney can help you go through that process. I know when I did it, I had some difficulties getting an appointment, and I'm hearing that people are still having difficulties. So exercise some patience. And then once you have your appointment time, date and time, go to it in your nearest city. Don't be late. Have everything you need. Have copies, of everything, and maybe even a backup copy. Then you're going to go and you're going to present that information to VFS Global. They're going to collect it, and then you're going to wait for a decision. It usually takes about 10 to 15 business days. I got my decision in about 10 days, and that was even during the holiday, which I was really surprised about during the Christmas holiday. So it's going to take a couple weeks or so, week and a half or so for you to get your appointment, for you to get your decision officially. It is like 15 business days officially, okay? But you may get it much sooner than that. And that's about it. You are, again, you are giving your, one thing I forgot to mention, you are giving your original documents of your passport, your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, and all of those items will be returned to you. And your passport also. So keep that in mind. Good luck getting your visa. Again, these easy steps: get an attorney. Precept number one, get your account on the French website. Number two, go to VFS Global and schedule an appointment. Number three, gather your documents. Number four, go to your appointment. And number five, wait for the decision. That's it. Those are all the things you have to do to get your visa. Surprisingly, for the first year, it's a whole lot less bureaucracy than it is to actually renew the visa. This is for a whatever visa you want, whether it is a long stay visa, whether a visitor visa rather, which is one of the most easiest to get, whether it is a student visa, whether it is a professional liberal visa, which allows you to work freelance, whether it's an auto entrepreneur visa. These are the steps that you would indeed go through.